One of my favorite liquor stores has quite a variety of interesting whiskey. Um, a lot of it is Canadian, and they have a few different releases on the shelf of two brewers. These bottles that look like this here. Now, Two Brewers makes whiskey in small batches, and each batch is unique and different. They may change the yeast, they may change the barley, they may change the casks in which the whiskey is matured. They do all kinds of variations and mix things up so that each release is unique and perhaps never to be repeated. Anyways, I have tried a few Two Brewers whiskeys, and there were a few more on the shelf at this particular store, and I said to myself, one day I'm going to get them all. I'm going to get all the ones that I haven't tried yet, and I'm going to try them. So here's one of those. This is the release number 5, and this dates back from, what does it say here? February of 2017. So we're going on a little time trip 5 years back, and it has a bottle number which I'm having trouble reading. Oh wait, there it is. Bottle 220 out of 1,380. So only 1,380 of these bottles of this were ever produced. And I have bottle number 220. Is that what it says? Oh, it's hard to see. Yes. And who knows how many are still in existence today. There might be a few on the shelf left. Who knows how many of them have been opened and how many of them have been completely consumed already. Anyways, this one here, just to let you know, release number 5, it was $134.99, so $135, that would be $13.50. That's goods and that's the BC liquor tax, and it's $6.75 goods and services tax. So okay, so that's $20 in tax, 10-cent bottle deposit, and $134.99. $155.34 out the door. Non-age statement, but it is from a small distillery up in the Yukon. I believe it is the northernmost distillery in Canada. Correct me if I'm wrong. There may be something more northern than that, but I really have my doubts about it. I'm going to get this open somehow. There's a plastic seal, and I think I might have it. No, I might not. Yeah, I got the whole plastic seal right here. And this has a thing hanging on the neck. So this goes back 5 years. Okay, this is the different kinds: classic, peated, special finishes, and innovative. Brewed, batched, and barreled. Whitehorse, Yukon, established 2009. So yeah, this is our little time trip here, going back 5 years to trying this one out. I wonder, we'll see if it's any good. Seeing as it's been lingering on the shelf so long, who knows, maybe some people bought some and didn't come back for a repeat. Release number 5, a rich, briny nose. Distinctive of sour mash. Okay, I'm not going to read that anymore because it is tasting notes. And you probably know the story already if you've been watching my channel. You know the story. Take two lads in the Yukon, put them on a canoe trip, and they're dreaming on their canoe trip and they decide to open up a brewery. Yeah. And then they decided to move on to whiskey. Oh, okay, let's get this. I think it's a synthetic cork. Yeah, it's one of these plastic synthetics with a wood top. Okay, let's pour a dram. A little more. Make it quig size. Okay. And what is our ABV? 43% alcohol by volume. Well, my first whiskey of the night, but not my first of the day because I had some earlier on before I went to sleep after coming home from work. Okay. Let's give this a bit of a nose. Smells interesting. And let's see what's going on with the legs here. Oh, they are slow. See those droplets forming at the top? And down they come slowly. Wow, nice. I'm getting a bit of dill. Now, what does it say about innovative again? Okay. Influences from a sour mash distillation create a broad spectrum of sensation. It's kind of briny and got some dill. I smell dill. Briny, dill, malty. I do get some malt in there. What else is going on here? This is very interesting. Briny and malty. And something that reminds me of a root cellar. Getting a little bit of a marinated cherry note like you'd get from those marinated cherries in a Del Monte fruit cup. There's something else quite pungent here. Is it grassy? No. I can't really describe it. Is it fruity? Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, more of that Del Monte fruit cup cherries. And the liquid in the Del Monte fruit cup. the fruity liquid. Now I'm getting something a little more like a spearmint, a mixture of spearmint and toffee, if that makes any sense. Oh, this is interesting. On the palate, I think it's going to be good. Have a sip of water. Wow. There are a lot of interesting flavors going on here. It's kind of briny. I'm getting fruits, cherries, marinated cherries, pineapples. There's some citrus too. Grapefruit? Yeah. White pepper. And it's briny, it's salty. Wow. This is interesting. What else does it say about it? I purposely skipped this part. From bright and briny nose to a finish of sweet dried fruit and nuts. Yeah, sweet fruits, yes. With a little bit of white pepper. Nuts. Nuts perhaps on the very end. Let's do that again. That was just to get myself acclimatized, but boy, does this pack a punch. It has a lot of things going on in this glass. A lot of things going on the palate. Oh, fruity. It's like juicy fruit gum. Lots going on here. It's not quite as white peppery as it was the first time, but wow. This really, for 43%, I would have said it's 48% given the flavors in here. Wow. That is good. I am impressed. What else does it say about batch number 5? Okay. Soft, creamy entry expands across the palate in a burst of spice with fruit and floral malt body. The palate dries with remnants of nuts, sweet dried fruit, and a dash of cayenne. Huh. Maybe a little bit of cayenne on the very end. Wow. They really put together quite something here. And you know, given the intensity of the flavors and the not just the intensity of the flavors, but the complexity, I'd say it's worth my $155 Canadian, that is. Wow. And this may be the last bottle I ever have of this, because there might not be a lot of it left around. And if somebody tastes this, if you taste this, you might be tempted to get a second bottle. Wow. Mm. Intense and delicious. This is probably the most interesting Two Brewers release that I've ever had. Release number 5. If you can find it, I suggest getting it. Mm. Yes, I like it. Cheers.
Food Quig.
Food quick.
Food quick.
Food Quig.
Food quick.
Yeah.